Hello everyone, how's it going? You're watching Life of Ryan, I'm Ryan, and I don't know if you remember, but a few weeks ago I did a video about a church that's being demolished. Terrible news, to be honest, but I do have a little follow-up, an update. That's what this video is. I'm going to give you a little bit more information that I've discovered and also show you some photos of the interior of the church, which I find very interesting. And I actually went back to the village. I wanted to be a little bit discreet, but the mayor just was there again. You know, he was driving past as I was just finishing up filming, so I thought to myself, oh, you know what, I'm just going to film the intro in the village and then I'm going to do the video, the update video, another day. So here we are. So well, I'll give you a flashback now to when I was at that church so you can have another little look at it, and then I'm going to reveal the new information that we have discovered about said church. Catch you in a bit. So now it's time for part 2 on the church that's going to be demolished, because I've got some new information as well as some interior photos. Now you can probably tell by my hair that it's quite windy out here, so I'm going to go somewhere a little bit less windy. Come with me. What a miserable day it is. It's overcast, it's quite cold. Anyway, I'm going to get on with some stuff in the garden. But before that, yes, I must talk to you about this church. First of all, let me show you the photos that I found of the interior of the church. And a little warning, it doesn't paint a very nice picture. It's quite sad to see, in fact. The damage is made apparent by these photos, and the church is indeed in a sorry state on the inside. It's very unfortunate. You do get more of an idea of the condition by seeing these photos, and it's not just the roof, it is of course the interior of the church as well that's not looking great. So just to recap, this church has been closed since 2014 to the public, that is. And in 2019, when there was a big storm called Storm Miguel, part of the roof of this church blew off. Very fortunately, there were no injuries. No one got hurt by the tiles and the wood that blew off, and there was no one inside the church at the time. And I think that they are saving the majority of the interior furniture and pieces of the church, which is great, as well as the stained glass windows, which is very good news. However, the church itself is still planned to be demolished, and that wasn't always the case. This is obviously a recent decision, but what I want to talk to you about is the new information that I found from a couple of news articles online. The first article that I found states that upon completion all the way back in 1868, there was some kind of issue between the commune, that's the village, and the architect who completed this church. Now, it's quite vague, I don't know exactly what happened, but it also states that in the early 1900s, so around the 1920s, that's when the first structural damage appeared on this church, which means that, well, you can look at it one of two ways. Either this church was unfortunately doomed to fail from the very start and eventually would have to be taken down, or the fact that they've had, well, decades to address the issues and make this church structurally sound, which unfortunately is apparent that it hasn't happened. And in the second article that I found, this article dating back to 2019 with regards to the Storm Miguel that blew part of the roof away, they interviewed the former mayor of this town, and he stated that they are going to be repairing the roof, and there is a figure mentioned in the article of €360,000 to fix the church roof. Now that figure doesn't mention the repairs inside the church, and I don't know about the condition of the church back in 2019. But that figure is indeed a far cry from the millions of euros quoted here in 2022. I think the most expensive quote was close to 6 million euros, in fact, for a complete restoration of the church. Now, I think the difference in these figures can be explained by the fact that, well, 2 years have passed, and that's 2 winters, and a church without part of its roof can degrade very, very quickly because it is open to the elements, and I think that's unfortunately what has happened in this situation. Now, I'm no expert, this is all just partly my opinion, partly based off of news articles that I found online, but I just wanted to give you that little update. And all in all, it's just unfortunate that this is happening, but it is what it is. What can you do? Anyway, let's move on to some more positive news, and I've got some work to do. My gloves are nice and dry now. Whee! And I'm gonna go do a little bit of gardening in preparation for the guests that are coming this Saturday. And when I say guests, I mean customers at my parents' fishing holiday business here in France. So yeah, let me know, by the way, what your thoughts are in the comment section about the whole church situation. I know it's terribly unfortunate, and I'd say the current mayor of that town has inherited quite the problem, and I do hope that, you know, no more bad press happens for that town, because it seems like a nice place, and it's just an unfortunate situation, but very interesting nonetheless. Okay, so I'm outside the guest accommodation now, and what I want to do is tidy up this area behind me because it's quite messy. There's a lot of little weeds and dead plants there, so I thought we could sort that out and make it look just a little bit tidier, and eventually put some bark here and some new fresh plants, and I think it will look lovely. But today I just thought I'd tidy it up a little bit and get started. Okay, so I'm going to tackle this little area here. First of all, look at that lovely tree there. I don't know what it is, but it's beautiful. So what have we got here? I can see first of all some dead lavenders at the front. Oh, against the wall there, I think that's called, what's that, vinca? Vinca. And, oh, that's a rose bush. Then we've got another rose bush there, so we can save those. Bet they're lovely, they'll come up really nice. Oh, and at the back there, you can see, either side of that tree is a couple of beautiful red robins. Very nice. And that there, just right in front of us, I don't know the name of it, but it's very pretty, so we're going to keep that as well, obviously. And then the rest of it can go. And then I think afterwards we'll sprinkle some bark, but we'll buy some from the shop, and then we can plant some nice new plants or whatever with this area. So let's crack on. So that's going to be it for today. So you can tell that I've made a dent in it, which is not too bad. I haven't been too thorough. I just wanted to really get the bulk of the stuff. A lot of stinging nettles, and we got stung quite a bit. The gloves were quite thin that I used. But yeah, I've really managed to expose those red robins at the back as well. So I'm very happy about that. And my phone is going off. I am very glad with the progress that I've managed to make here today, even though it's not finished. Of course it is not finished, as you can tell. Still plenty to tidy up and make nice, but it's better than what it was. Made a dent in it, made a start, and that's what matters. Now the afternoon has crept up on me and I do have some more things to do on the computer with regards to the business. However, don't know if I can show you that today, but hopefully in the not too distant future. So thanks so much for watching anyway. Hope you enjoyed this little video. Hope you enjoyed the update about the church. And I'm going to love you and leave you now. And I'll see you in the next video very shortly. Bye now.